To the young man who stood by the woman. To the man who went to work when he felt bad. To the man who went to work no matter hot or cold. To the man who held me, and to the man who comforted me. To the man who taught me through the years. To the man who supported me through tough times. I love you, Dad. Tell you a little story. There was this man who was having his first child, and in the 60s, you didn't get to go in there with her, and they used forceps, which is like salad tongs, sometimes to pull that child out. Caused the child's head to be stretched out, oblong, weird, different directions. It goes back. So the first experience that this man had was seeing his son with a banana looking head. He's like, oh my God, he's thinking to himself. He never said it to anybody, but I got a handicapped son. But that son ended up being me. So that father was willing to stay in there no matter what. It wasn't like he was going to kill that child. But, you've got to believe in your children. You got to have a father. You need to have somebody, that male, that will build you up to be more than the sum of just some parts. It just functions and breathes. So that is one of the stories that I am remembering. Consider too that my mother carried with her a lot of guilt she didn't really have to carry, because she was scared that I was going to grow up not able to have children, because she had mumps while carrying me, and everybody said, hey, that's going to cause that child to not be able to bear children. That didn't turn out to be the case. So yeah, my mother had those worries too. And then when I was very young, I got rheumatic fever. And you can look into it, but it's just basically caused by pollution. And I was born in Houston, Texas. That's a good place to get pollution. So I was bedridden a lot and miserable and sick. And so there I was, a sickly child. And they took on 2 children. They wanted to take on all of the children of his cousins. They just left all the kids. And my dad took on 2 boys, as all the state would let them do, and raised them like they were their own. I didn't even know they weren't really my brother, and I didn't think anything different until he said when I was about 12 that they were adopted. That tells you something about my father and my mother. So I need to put that out there, how powerful that is for somebody to be raised by a father and a mother like that. I just had the privilege. So, those beautiful people will always be in my life. And they will be with me while I influence other people. They were scared young people when they started. They didn't have any money. They just hung in there and did what they needed to do. I am grateful for having a mother and father who stayed together. Grateful is not really a value that I can put to a dollar sign. But I bet if somebody was an accountant, they could actually sit down and figure out how many $1 million that was worth. So I thank you, Father and Mother. When I wake up to go through another day, I know my dad did the very same way. When I taught my children how to grow, my dad gave me the direction to know. When my children gave me joy, I think of my dad when I was a boy. And when my boys left out into the blue, I know my dad went through that too. As I walk up mountains and valleys deep, my memories of you, Dad, I will always keep. Tell you a little story about how mean my dad was. There was 4 boys. So they gave my brothers and I the master bedroom, the big bedroom, out of a 2-bedroom place. It's a pretty good sized place, but it was 2 bedrooms. They gave us the master bedroom because there were 4 boys and they felt like we needed more room than they did. So we were all inside the house, bouncing around, in our room, having a good time laughing, and it was just a fun time. I don't remember all the things that we were doing, but we were kind of rowdy and loud and probably throwing things, inside our room. And my dad, this will tell you a little bit of the character he was, walked in the room, stood in the doorway and said, "Boys." We all sat down on our bed. "Yes, sir." "You know what this is for?" And he's touching his belt. Messing with it. "Yes, sir." "What is it for?" "Giving spankings." That's what all of us chime "Yeah, did you get spankings?" And they're, "Oh my God, we're going to get a spanking for acting up in the house." He goes, "No, it's for holding your pants up," and he walked out of the room. There is the father who, despite his imperfections, did his best. And there is the son, although he saw it, good times and all the rest. There is my dad who loves us all, the man who will pick you up when you fall. There is that man who taught me right from wrong and wrong from right. And there is a son who learned from him and will carry your light. Love you, Dad.